Morning, Piggy.
Morning, morning. It's a Friday morning. Y'all be seeing this on Saturday morning. It's the weekend.
Yes.
I got some rumbling going on. I think I'm hungry. We gotta go by and get some gas first.
Gotta go juice. Gotta go juice.
Gotta go juice.
That's it.
Well, let's see. It's overcast at the moment. It's 57 degrees, so it's not too bad, but it ain't great. But, hey, we'll take it. It's better than zero for a high.
I'm saying.
We experienced that when she was going through her cancer. And, let me tell you, folks, that winter was cold.
I'm saying.
Piggy liked to die. Piggy was hugging the heater all that winter.
We had gas heat that winter.
Almost literally.
Yeah, he'd stand in front of that gas heater, and I'd be sitting there with a boggin on my bald head.
Right.
Keep warm.
And I was bundled up at the same time. I was probably bundled up more than most of you were for being outside in that stuff.
He'd have on thick breeches and long sleeve shirts, and t-shirt, and a jacket, and a boggin.
Sometimes 2 pairs of sweatpants and
thick socks. I mean, he was bundled up.
I was cold. I've done better this year because I ain't quite as cold as I used to be. But I'm still not fully back to Georgia standards, but I'm not as cold as I used to be.
Hey, you ain't desert rat standards, that's for sure.
Right. That's what messed me up. I went and spent almost 4 years in the desert. That stripped my cold tolerance. Megan was talking about wearing that jacket she had on last night in Ginger's Live. And she says, because I'm cold. Evidently, she'd been given a hard time about having it on. Hey, I get it. I understand.
I'm just going to tell people, if you have never lived in the mountains, you just don't understand the cold in the mountains.
Right? And if you've never spent any time in the desert, you don't understand the difficulty of dealing with the cold out here after having to come out of the desert. So, it will mess you up.
When I was a kid, I lived 10 years up on the mountain, on Brindley Mountain, Alabama. It got cold up there.
Yeah.
As an adult, I lived 8 years on Lookout. No, it was Lookout Mountain, I think it was. Up there in Mentone.
Yeah, I think that's considered Lookout Mountain.
Yeah,
part of it.
Yeah, it's part of Lookout Mountain because the other across from it, Sand Mountain.
Yeah.
I lived 8 years on Lookout Mountain, and that is the highest peak or highest mountain peak in that area. I tell you what, I like froze during the wintertime.
Right.
Piggy experienced some of that just spending some time with friends in the wintertime.
Like I froze. Boy, there's a neon green little car.
Yeah.
It's a Ford of some sort. I can't make out what it is. It's a Fiesta. Ford Fiesta.
That's what it looks like.
That's what took place at the Festiva. I was so disappointed. I liked the Festiva. Oh, Lord, they're into bad stuff.
Huh?
They're into bad stuff. Yeah, they got that little pointy thing for a Ouija board. There's an emblem on the back there. And yeah, I said bad stuff.
They play with demons with them. I'm sorry, I can't help them.
Right? People wonder why some things happen to them. If you're involved in any kind of witchcraft, that's Ouija boards, tarot cards, even zodiac sign stuff. That's all based off of that.
Crystal balls. Oh, that's the
what?
The crystal balls for your reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Reading the tea leaves and all that.
The reason I say that, folks, is because it's pretty plain and simple. If you think you doing it, you ain't. Because it's not sent by God and brought to you by God. It's brought to you by the other one. And you think you're doing it on your own. No, it's demons showing you little bits and pieces of stuff. But they ain't telling you the whole story. They're showing you just enough to make you mess up. And yeah, folks, that stuff's real. Ghosts and all like that, that's demons playing with you. That's not spirits of people that have gone on and didn't find rest. That's demons. So if it didn't come from God and you think you're doing it on your own, you gonna be in for a bad, rude awakening. And, better wake up to it while you're still here. If you wake up to it on the other side of life, I really feel for you. I really do. All that's some bad stuff. And that's the lie right there. That they make you think you're doing it. It's like being empathic. No, you're not empathic. Gotta give you a gift and being revealing stuff to you so you can encourage or comfort somebody. But if you think you're doing it, you're on the other side of that fence. You know, you can have empathy for somebody, but if you're what a lot of people call empathic, I am what a lot of people would call empathic. But I know it for what it is. That's God showing me stuff. It's like when people credit stuff to the universe. No, it ain't the universe did that. Guess what the universe is made up of? Same thing we are. God's love. God literally took of his own love and created all this. You know, so if scripture talks about man worshiping the creation and not the creator, well, that's part of it. Because you're giving credit to something that was created by the creator and not to the creator himself. You know, so it really sticks in my craw when somebody says, well, thank the universe. Well, it wasn't the universe, buddy.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord. Thank God above, the creator of it all. Dangerous stuff. And it's the same with all things. Language. You know, but people want to use symbols and stuff. You ain't got a clue what it is, where it came from, what it means. You know what some people have said that it means, but you hadn't searched it out. Just like one major belief system out there don't realize the name of what they call God is actually an ancient name for Satan. people be putting all sorts of symbols on them and tattoos or using them and all like that for different things. I think they just look so neat. I want to look up, see where that come from. For real. And in actuality. You might be putting something on there that tags you for the wrong team. Just like, a lot of things. We're too easy. Kind of like magpies. We see stuff like that. Say, ooh, shiny, and we go for it. You just made a mistake. Because that's how we see stuff like that. We don't think. And yeah, I said we, because I'm just as guilty about some stuff like that in the past myself. Of course, now I have been tempted. When I was out in the desert in the Marine Corps, it carried more weight and meaning than just me being in the desert. I was also in a spiritual desert. A group of people I hung out with, like to call themselves a family, it turned out that overseas, the family was a major cult. It had folks involved in that who said that claimed to be witches and warlocks and sorcerers, and there was some stuff went on. Trust me, folks. I experienced one thing in particular. It was like, whoa. That just wasn't natural. And hanging out with those folks. There was another little girl. Well, she was a woman, but she was a little girl to me. And I look at it now as a little girl, but she was a witch. And one night I got really ticked off. And I was fixing to take off, and I just karate chopped a mailbox. It was one of those big ones, nice and strong. I gave that thing a karate chop and crushed it down to the bottom. The big old V going down in that. Started to walk off. She grabbed me by the hook of the elbow, turned me around, and I looked at her and I said, "You awful brave." She goes, "Oh, I know you. I know you ain't gonna hurt me. I know who's in you." That kind of thing, folks. And it wasn't just that she knew me. She says she knows who's in me. So I was being tested. Could have had anything I wanted. There's one little girl lied on me. And they was all going to go into her because of it. I told them, I said, any of y'all touch her, y'all deal with me. I said, just bring her so I can talk to her. I ended up talking to the little girl, asked her what was up and why she did that. And she told me, and we talked. And everything turned out all right. But I was being offered women, power, control, the whole deal, folks. I'm sure money would have started being offered next. But I turned it down. Yeah, young buck Marine, full of himself as well as other things, being offered all sorts of women and power and everything. I turned it down. I saw it for what it was. Especially after they was all going to go in that one girl because of her doing what she did. But no, I wouldn't want that kind of power and control. And I knew it wouldn't last long either. We got to be careful with language and what we put on our bodies. We got to be careful with what we play with, because while you're being told it's just a game or a toy or this or that, predators go after little kids using little games and toys. Well, that's what Satan and the demons do with people. They make them believe that's just a game. Oh, that's just a toy. Oh, that's just a little harmless something. No, it ain't. That's leading you to some bad things. Got to be careful about that stuff.
Have to be careful about the music you listen to, too.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I can't hardly listen to music no more, because, especially not rock, everything, because it don't settle with my spirit. Over the last couple of years, I've been sitting listening to some music, and I've never really paid attention to the words before, couldn't never make them out. But God was letting me hear some of the lines that were in some of these songs, and I was like, whoa! Hold up! Can't be listening to that. Much less singing it. Because by singing it, you can give yourself over to Satan because of what it's saying. Meatloaf has that one line in that one song. He's talking about selling his soul to, or going to the devil, or the god of drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Well, we all know who that is. In order to get something, I was like, oh, hold up, can't be listening to that. That's no good. No. But the music catches your attention, and you get to listening to it, and you kind of like the music and everything. You don't really pay attention to the words all that well. Next thing you know, you're worshiping Satan because you're singing his songs. And a lot of them are songs of praise to him. So, you got to guard your heart, which is your mind, folks. I'm going to go ahead and stop. Because you can very easily and quickly give it away to the wrong one. Because that's how Satan operates. He tries to trick you and push it on you. You have to go to God. You have to choose God. But don't nullify having gone to God by ignorantly worshiping Satan, playing his little games and singing his songs. Piggy loves you.